Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the MMA Casual YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be going over the next fights to make for, I guess, this way. For Israel, no, this way. Israel ADESANYA, Nasruddin IMAVOV. The entire fight night. We're not just doing, 6 guys. We're doing the whole card. We're doing every single fighter. So, let's get into it. First off, we have Jamal Pogues, who came off a really sketchy loss to Hamdi Abdul Wahab. I have him fighting Martin Buday next because Martin Buday, it's really not that great. He lost to Shamil Gaziev, but then he beat Andrei Arlovsky in his last fight in the UFC, and he's beat like Jake Collier, he's beat Josh Parisian, Lucas Brzezinski, all these guys that are just like the blobs of the heavyweight division. Like, he's not like him, and so why not have him fight another one? And I'd probably this would be close. I'd probably have Martin Buday winning because I think he could just really make it boring and stink it up and win a decision against Jamal Pogues. But Jamal Pogues, he should have beat Hamdi Abdul Wahab. So yeah. But going on to the winner, who shouldn't have won but did win, Hamdi Abdul Wahab. I have him actually fighting the loser of Shamil Gaziev and Thomas Peterson, and that's Thomas Peterson. Let me lower my camera a little bit. I have, like, I think if Hamdi can beat Thomas Peterson, like, pretty good, then I think we can be like, okay, because I think Hamdi could have easily, won in the eyes of the fans. He could have won the fight for the fans, but he didn't. He was dumb. He didn't wrestle. If he wrestles, I think he beats Thomas Peterson. I think he would have easily beat Jamal Pogues, but we'll see if he actually does that. But yeah, I have Thomas Peterson fighting down, lost to Shamil Gaziev. The heavyweights really got like 30 fighters, other than the guys coming off the Contender Series, so yeah. Alright, next up. Actually, I'll move my camera for this. Lucas Alexander, cut from the UFC. He's lost his last 2 fights. His last one, of course, to Bogdan Grad. I forget what his last one was. It was to Jeka Sergey by finish. And he's missed weight both times. He missed weight against Jeka Sergey, lost. Missed weight against Bogdan Grad, lost. Just cut him. If he's missing weight and he's losing, he doesn't. Maybe he moves up to welterweight, or no, he'd move up to lightweight. I don't know what to do with him. Just either cut him or maybe make him move up, and he'll fight a bum, and he'll maybe win, and he'll maybe lose. Don't really care. The winner though. Oh, what happened? We're gonna actually bring me back. And then next one, Bogdan Grad versus Josh Kulabau. Kulabau is on like a 3-fight loss streak, I think. Bogdan Grad, I think this would probably not be a close fight. I'd probably pick Bogdan Grad by probably finish. But he's only had 1 fight, and it was Lucas Alexander, so make him fight again, obviously. I don't know what the hell I'm yapping about. But yeah, doesn't really matter. All the early fights I'm not really gonna talk about. Next fight, Maria Bueno Silva versus Karina Silva. Maria Bueno Silva really has like no good wins. All her wins are against bums, and she loses to all the good comp. So this would be the first fighter that she's had that would actually probably be around her skill level. If she loses, then we really have to talk about, does Maria Bueno Silva get cut? Because I know she's lost, she lost to Macy Chiasson, she lost to Raquel Pennington, she lost to Jasmine DeSuda Vicious. If she loses to Karina Silva, she's on a 4-fight loss streak. Not really any good wins. Maybe give her another fight just out of the top 15, and then if she loses that, cut her, but she's really on the chopping block now. And then Karina Silva lost to Viviana Araujo at UFC 309 on the Jones at Miocic card. Just, she had a good win against Ariane De Silva, then lost to Viviane Araujo, didn't look great in that. I think it's really just whoever loses this is really just gonna start fighting out of the top 15. But yeah, on to the next one. Jasmine Jasudavicius is going to Montreal and she's fighting Rose Namajunas. Rose lost to Erin Blanchfield, another Canadian. If Jasmine Jasudavicius can win this, she probably fights like Erin Blanchfield with the loser of Furio Shevchenko, or Natalia Silva off a loss, or Alexa Grasso off a loss. But if Rose can win this, then that puts her back into contention, being like, okay, when I'm on my game, I can still contend, and I can still probably be a champion. I don't see her ever becoming a champion, not a double champ, but ever winning a flyweight championship or any championship again. But if Jasmine Jasudavicius can beat Rose, she can at least establish herself as a top 5 presence in the flyweight division. Next fight. Terrence McKinney versus Damir Hadzovic. Cut Damir Hadzovic. I'm not even showing his face right now because I can't be bothered to show the camera or move the camera. Cut him. His last fight was like 2 years ago. He's 38. Just cut him. He's no spot for him. He's not good. Next fight. Terrence McKinney versus Mike Davis. This would be fucking awesome. This fight would probably end in a round. Because, you can always say that with a Terrence McKinney fight. He'll either finish Mike Davis or Mike Davis will finish him. Mike Davis has never been finished by KO. He's only been subbed once, and he's lost by decision twice. Terrence McKinney has lost a lot by knockout, but he's also won a lot by knockout and submission. I would probably have to favor Mike Davis to win this fight, because I think their ground games are similar, but it's just Mike Davis. I don't think he'll get cracked by. I don't think Terrence McKinney will be able to land that knockout shot on Mike Davis, and I think Davis would be able to knock Terrence McKinney out. But Mike Davis did look really rusty against Fares Ziam. The only success he had was he put Fares Ziam in a calf slicer, and that was it. So you never know with Terrence McKinney and Mike Davis. But the next fight I have is Shamil Gaziev fighting the loser of Mick Parkin and Marcin Tybura in London. Mick Parkin, I believe, is ranked below Shamil Gaziev or above. I don't know. They just threw three new heavyweights into the rankings. I think Mick Parkin is ranked below. Shamil Gaziev, I think I would prefer if he went against Marcin Tybura, because I think Tybura is the type of guy I think Shamil Gaziev could take down and finish on the ground with a submission or a TKO, but he could also get finished by TKO or submission himself. I think that would be a really good fight unless it went into like the third round. Then I think the third round Tybura would probably just sub him, or he would do what he did to Yonata Deniz and he would just take him down and just elbow him until he was just unconscious. But if Mick Parkin loses, he probably loses by sub. And then I think Shamil Gaziev probably beats Mick Parkin by sub, unless he has really good takedown defense. Well, if he has really good takedown defense, he's probably not losing to Marcin Tybura. So if he loses to Tybura, he's probably losing to Gaziev. But yeah, I think that would be each fight would be relatively close, I think. But next fight is Muhammad Naimov versus Khan Ofli. I have the loser Khan Ofli going against Austin Bashi, because Austin Bashi got fraud checked. Well, not fraud checked. When a prospect gets beat by Christian Rodriguez, that's not a fraud check. That is just that's just life. If you have an O, do not fight Christian Rodriguez unless you're offered like Jones money to fight, because you are losing that fight for sure. Khan Ofli, I still don't understand why he got the Naimov fight. It should have been like Marion Santos who beat him in the first place. But he lost, shocker. Fights Austin Bashi next. This is the make or break fight to see if Austin Bashi was either overhyped and is actually not that good, or if C-Rod is just the prospect killer. Because if he beats Khan Ofli, he earns his stay in the UFC. Probably cut Ofli. I don't know. Because, he did get beat by Naimov, who's pretty good. Marion Santos, who won the tough finale, because he did make it all the way to the tough finale. He has to be at least a good fighter. But I think I would probably take Austin Bashi to win a decision. I think it'd be close, honestly, because hopefully Muhammad Naimov is just way better. I don't really rate Austin Bashi that highly. I don't think he's like really good. I did pick C-Rod against him. Yeah, I think Austin Bashi probably beats Khan Hopefully, but it would be a close decision, I think. Next fight, Muhammad Naimov versus Sadiq Youssef. Where is Sadiq Youssef? He got knocked out by Diego Lopez. Not even that bad, and he's been gone for almost a year now. He'll probably be over a year layoff because he hasn't gotten a fight announced yet. I think Muhammad Naimov, he lost to Felipe Lima, but that was short notice. For Felipe Lima, it was short notice. But I feel like, regardless of who's coming in on short notice, it's still a short notice fight for both fighters. Muhammad Naimov, I think he deserves to get a fight right on the edge of the rankings. Sadiq Youssef just got knocked out of the rankings. I would probably get Sadiq Youssef in this fight. I think he'd probably win this. I think it'd be close. I think it'd probably go to a decision. I don't think Sadiq Youssef would finish Naimov. I don't think Naimov would finish Youssef. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully this fight. I don't think this fight will get booked. I think it should though. Because Felipe Lima is really good. Like, Felipe Lima probably not deserves to be in the top 50, but he is top 10 material in the bantamweight division. And he goes up a division, submits Naimov. That's life. But yeah, next fight. Fares Ziam versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Fares Ziam has better wins than Benoit Saint-Denis. Mike Davis is a better win than Thiago Moises. He beat Matt Frivola. Maybe, both just knocked out Matt Frivola. Ziam probably did it more impressively because that knee was he flatlined Matt Frivola. And Benoit Saint-Denis only, it was a cool kick. That was a really cool kick, but cool. That was 3 fights ago. You got the shit rocked out of you by Renato Moicano, who I don't even rate very highly. And then Dustin Poirier, who, fair enough, you lost to Dustin Poirier. So was Conor McGregor. I would probably pick Fares Ziam to win a decision. If not, no, it would be a decision because Benoit Saint-Denis, when he's not facing a world-class boxer in Dustin Poirier, he's not getting knocked out. I don't think Fares Ziam would submit him, but I think he would win probably a close 29-28 decision. But he has earned. Fares Ziam has earned a title. Not a title shot. Jesus, what am I talking about? He's earned a ranked opponent. And do it in Paris. Paris on Paris violence, or at least France on France violence. Nasruddin Imavov won. He's getting a title shot. Well, he can get a title shot. Bringing a UFC to Paris, or at least another fight night in Paris, which they will do. Have this fight on the card. Next fight. Said Nurmagomedov versus Farid Basharat. Farid Basharat in his last fight beat Victor Hugo at featherweight. Hugo came in like 8 pounds overweight already, and then Farid Basharat just wiped the floor with him. I think I'd pick Farid Basharat to win this fight. Said Nurmagomedov, I thought it was going to be over quick against Vinicius Oliveira. He knocked him down. That was not a knockoff balance. That was a knockdown on Vinicius Oliveira with that spinning back kick. And then the second one was a head clash. That was also, he hit him pretty good on accident. I think Farid Basharat would win a 29-28 decision, just like Vinicius Oliveira did. I think Said Nurmagomedov would clean him the first round, and he would just start to gas. He doesn't have a good gas tank. For some guy who pushes a pace that hard against Vinicius Oliveira, it was not a good idea when you don't have a gas tank. That's like Michel Pereira. That's literally like Michel Pereira, except Michel Pereira is cooler than Said Nurmagomedov is. But yeah, make this fight, throw it on an Abu Dhabi card on the prelims or whatever. Farid Basharat, if he wins this, probably gets a ranked opponent. Nurmagomedov wins this, he takes the O of Basharat, he can get some steam back. I think it's a good fight to make. Next fight, Vinicius Oliveira versus Montel Jackson. Stop trying to give Chito Vera Vinicius Oliveira. Vinicius Oliveira should not be getting a top 10 fight off of winning a 29-28 decision against Said Nurmagomedov. Jonathan Martinez beat Said Nurmagomedov. Vinicius Oliveira, I do think he should get a ranked opponent. I think he should get Montel Jackson next. Montel Jackson knocked out Damone Blackshear in like 18 seconds and then disappeared. He's inactive. You don't let inactive fighters fight up the rankings unless you're Michael Chandler. So yeah, Vinicius Oliveira can fight Montel Jackson. This would be a banger fight. This could be like a Apex co-main event. I think this would be really good. Or throw it on, like, it could be a main card headliner of a pay-per-view. Or, not main card headliner, Jesus. Main card opener of a pay-per-view. This would be a really, really good fight. Next fight. I would probably pick Vinicius Oliveira to probably get, like, a decision win. Or he knocks him out at the end of the third round. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Next fight. Please give us this fight. Why have we not gotten this fight yet? Just make them fight each other. Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Derek Lewis. Make it happen. They've never fought each other. Again, like, Apex co-main event. Hell, Apex main event. Make this 5 rounds. Actually, God, no, don't make this 5 rounds. Make it a 3-rounder, because I would not be surprised if Jairzinho Rozenstruik leg kicks Derek Lewis to a 50-45 decision on just leg kicks, because Derek Lewis just can't hit him. No, make this a 3-round fight. I would probably pick Derek Lewis to knock out Jairzinho Rozenstruik. He's not as scared as Pavlovich. Because if Pavlovich, like if pre-Aspinall Pavlovich was fighting Jairzinho Rozenstruik, he would have been gone in like a minute. Derek Lewis, I think, would beat, at this point, he would beat Rozenstruik. Rozenstruik is just not. Like, Rozenstruik's beating, like, Tuivasa on a 5-fight losing streak. That is not a good win. And the fact that, you know, that was a clear 30-27. I don't know how a judge gave it 30-27 for Tuivasa. That was a horrible scorecard. Make this fight. Do it. Maybe go back to St. Louis and... Oh, the Kansas City card. Put this on the Kansas City card. 3-round fight. It can just be on the main card. It can be on the co-main. Just don't put it in the main event. That would be the worst decision ever. Alright, next fight. Sergey Pavlovich versus Cyril Gane. Both these guys... last fights were abysmal. Honestly, I don't know who I'd pick to win this fight. I'd probably pick Cyril Gane to 30-27 Pavlovich. Pavlovich is not the same beast he used to be. I feel as though Cyril Gane lost his last fight. However, I think that if Cyril Gane fought how he fought against Volkov in the first fight, which was purely just outstriking Volkov, he could have won the fight. But he wanted to show off his improved wrestling after the Jones loss. He knocked out Spivak. He wanted to prove he had wrestling. And he went out and he tried to wrestle Volkov, which was not a very good decision. Volkov is not the guy you show off your new wrestling against, because Volkov is really, really good. However, I think he should have not won the fight, but he definitely could have if he wanted to. Just saying. Pavlovich, he could knock out Shogun, not like how he fought against Rozenstruik. I would pick Gane to, again, probably, this could be a main event of a fight night. Actually, it probably should be a main event of a fight night. Oh god, actually, maybe not. If it's a main event, honestly, I think if it's 5 rounds, I pick Pavlovich by late rounds KO. However, if it's a 3-rounder, I think Gane just point fights and he beats Pavlovich. Pavlovich, I don't want to hear anything about his ground game. He could wrestle. That was the worst. He literally just ran into Rozenstruik when Rozenstruik was already off balance, and he just blobbed on him. And that's not something I'm going to say to this dude who's built like a fridge. He would kill me. Just fair enough. But those were some of the most sad-looking takedowns I've ever seen in my entire life. Make this fight main event, co-main event of a pay-per-view. Maybe Abu Dhabi. Oh no, put this in France. Put it in Paris with the Ziam BSD fight. Put it in Paris with IMAVOV and like a title shot, or an IMAVOV main event with who I'm pairing him up with next. Next fight. Actually, is this the? No, it's not. It's the one after this. Next fight. Sharon Magomedov versus Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis just came off a loss to Roman Kopylov. Kopylov should be fighting into the rankings. I think he should probably fight he probably fights Costa. I think Kopylov should fight Costa. I think Hermanson should fight RDR. Have this fight. I know Curtis should probably be fighting down, but I think this would be a really good striking matchup. Magomedov, I never rated him that highly. I've picked him in almost every. I've picked against him in every one of his fights except for. Okay, so I really just picked against him in this fight and the Mikhail Olenjacek fight because I thought Mikhail would wrestle, but he didn't. He just stood there. This would be a really nice striking matchup. I really think that Magomedov should probably be unranked. I think MVP should take a spot in the rankings. And I think he should get his spot in the rankings in a middleweight because of the fight I'm about to show you. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. This would be either the best fight you've ever seen in your life or it would send people to sleep. MVP said he has business to take care of in the welterweight division. Then he also said he was here to have fun fights and he would even think about going up to light heavyweight to fight Yuri Prohaska. Now, that is never happening. That should never happen. Yuri Prohaska would knock MVP out. He would just run at him and he could sub MVP, he could knock him out, he could TKO him. Yuri Prohaska in one round by literally whatever he wants. MVP is way too small to be fighting at 205. But this fight would be no guys wrestling. Izzy might wrestle MVP, but I don't think Izzy gets outstruck. This should. I just think this would be a really fun fight. He's here to have fun fights. Izzy's coming off 3 losses. This would be a huge step down for Izzy. But he kind of deserves this huge step down. I don't think he would take a Baraglio fight. I think this would be kind of like the Silva Adesanya fight, which was a really good fight. I think this would be like that, and this would be a really good fight to watch. Now, you can argue, Adesanya versus Bahio, Adesanya versus the loser DDP Strickland. Some people are saying that it's a dumb thing. Some people are saying Allen and Hernandez winner. I don't think he would take the winner of either of those guys. I think this would be a good fight to take because it's not like he'd be fighting an unranked guy like Magomedov will be. He would be fighting a guy with a name, a guy with wins to his name, a guy who's known to be a fun fighter. This would sell a card. This would be an incredible fight. I don't think I would end in a decision. I don't think either. MVP might knock. Oh my god, what am I saying? Oh my god, no way Izzy's gone from knocking out Alex Pereira to does MVP finish Izzy. Oh my god. I would pick Adesanya to win. Yeah, I'd pick Adesanya to win because I have to think. Ian Gary beat MVP, but I feel like Ian Gary's a top 4 fighter in the welterweight division. Hot take. I love Ian Gary. I think he's a top 4 fighter in the welterweight division. I think Adesanya would beat MVP because I think Adesanya is just bigger than. Actually, Adesanya's not even that big of a middleweight. I don't know. If this fight ever happens, I'll go into it. Maybe I'll go into it in a different video. I don't know. I need to move on to the main event winner, Nasruddin Imavov. Imavov versus Bahio. Brazil main event, Paris main event, Apex main event, Anywhere main event. Nasruddin Imavov, yes, he deserves a title shot. However, he did say if he's not going to get one soon, he would take a fight to stay active. This fight makes sense. If you go through the top 5, he's not fighting Dricus, he's not fighting Strickland. Oh, what the hell? What the hell happened? What? What happened? What the hell happened? What happened? What happened? What? Why? No. What happened? Go back to my slideshow. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened. I don't know why that happened. But Nasruddin Imavov wants to stay active. I think Bahio would win this fight, which is why I think it's risky for Imavov to take it. If he waits, he already has a title shot. I think Bahio beats him by decision. He could knock him out. I think he would wobble Imavov. I don't think he would knock him out. Maybe that's just the Fighting Nerds plot armor and how much I love the Fighting Nerds inside me. Whoa, pause. No Diddy. God, why did I say that? I love the fighting nerds in my soul. Like, my soul is the fighting nerds only. I love Carlos Prates. I love Gene Silva. I love Caio Bahio. I love Mauricio Rufia. I love Brito Brazil. Love all those fighters. I would pick Caio Bahio to win this fight. I think Caio Bahio would beat Israel Adesanya. I think he would beat Sean Strickland. I think that would be a close fight with Strickland. I think he would have such a close fight with DDP. I can't even call that. And I think he'd have a competitive fight with Chimaev. I would probably still take Chimaev by like late first round. Well, that's the thing. Bahio has a way better ground game than Whitaker. I would pick Chimaev to win that fight. Oh, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'm not. No, that's not even fight. I'm not even talking about this. IMAVOV, Bahio, book it in a Brazil fight night. If they ever go back to Brazil, God forbid. Apex. Hearing Bahio crack in the Apex is wild. Like, hearing him against Cannonier was crazy. That was such a good fight. Yeah, make this fight next. If I'm IMAVOV, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the winner of Chimaev versus probably DDP. I'm picking DDP to beat Strickland. Just wait for that. And yeah. Yeah, those are all the fights to make after UFC Fight Night. IMAVOV versus Adesanya. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.